The Black Mountain Poets movement that started in the 1940s and lasted till the end of the 1950s by Emma Ryan. The whole movement was coined by Charles Olson, and this movement started with a simple sentence that he is trying to say that the heart is a basic instance not only for the rhythm, but it is the base of the measure for the rhythm for all the men, and the ways it is heartly it is like a metamorn in the whole system. So that when he is saying the heart by the way of the breath of the line, he is trying to say that it is in line that is the basic rhythm of scoring to take place. Now the head. He believed that the head was the intelligence by the way of the ear to hear. The simile, which is called the king and the pin, is the unit which is all built upon. Olson started the movement by saying the heart then stands as a primary feeling term. The head in contrast is discriminating. It is discriminating by the way that you hear. Olson believed that in any other poem given, always, one perspective must move instantaneously on another. So all the conversations that logic has forced on syntax must be broken, open as quietly as must to set feet on the old line. This movement started when he taught at the college himself from 1948 to 1956, and it was there he lasted and recoined the term perspective verse in the 1950s. The idea of projective verse centers around the progress rather than producing owners in much objectivism poems like William Carlos Williams and many modern Mosa like Ezra Pound. The compositor by Field urges poets to simultaneously remove their subjective views from the poems and project energy of their work directly to the readers, simultaneously in the act of the poems itself, therefore creating an unforgettable feeling for readers. In addition to Charles Olson, the poets mostly closely associated with the Black Mountain movement included Larry Eigner, Robert Duncan, Ed Donne, Paul Blackman, Heidi Moore, John Wieners, Joel Oppenheimer, Denise Leviton, and Jonathan Williams, and Robert Creebley. Creebley worked at the college as a teacher and editor of the Black Mountain Review for years. Moving to San Francisco in the 1957s, there he acted as a link between the Black Mountain poets and the Beats, many of whom he published within reviews. He also took grave interest in Olson's insert that a poem is energy transferred from where the poem gets it, which helped the Beats develop their movement. By the way of the poem itself, all the ways over to the reader, it is okay. Then the poem itself must at all points be a high energy contrast and at all points be a high energy discard. The three major poets that I considered of this movement were the three listed here below, and that would be Charles Olson, which is right here in the middle, and then this right here is Creebley, and one of the most influential women of the movement was Denise Levitar. They both wrote so many poems that put so much energy out there that readers felt passion with their poems. A major poem from the movement is The Broken Sandal by Denise Levitar. Dreamed the thong of my sandal broke, nothing to hold it to my foot. How shall I walk? Barefoot? The sharp stones, the dirt, I would hobble. And where was I going? Where I was going I can't go no more, unless hurting. Where I am standing, if I am to stand, shall I now? When Denise was writing this poem, I think she was getting the energy of someone who is thinking about, dreaming about, and considering a choice. If your sandal breaks, how will you continue? There is nothing to support or provide guidance for you as a traveler or for you to make a decision. How will you take that first step? They begin by talking themselves out of this action. How will they start their journey barefoot with no support? There you are barefoot. You are exposed. One of the most sensitive parts of the world, the bottom of your foot. Your life, your heart, and your foot life. Take the risk. The person by which who is making the decision is finding all the reasons not to go, listing all the obstacles. Then you will find ways to distract yourself from your original intentions. These distractions allow you to find blame in other areas, questioning yourself, your motivations, then deciding is the pain of the uncertainty of the choice worth it. As you hurt and as you know it but you must make the choice. You must take action. You end up questioning everything at the point of madness. You even question the point of doing nothing. It is still a choice, and where you are now, since you have made the decision to do nothing, you are stuck deciding how this inaction affects you. Then you question the choice of doing nothing and the think of taking the action, and end up in the vigorous cycle of uncertainty that paralyzes you indefinitely. You are still stuck that takes a step, overtaking you with certainty and what ifs.